Hello, this is the M4 iPad Pro 11-inch, the base model with 256GB of memory. The starting price of this device is $1,000. I got mine in space black. There are two color variants, silver and space black. I thought the black looks really nice and premium. And it complements my MacBook Pro 16, which is also in space black. So I do want to point out that this is not my main device where I do most of my editing. This is just a complementary device to my M3 Pro MacBook Pro 16-inch, where I do most of my video editing and photo editing, the heavy lifting, if you will. This is just, like I said, a complementary device that I use when I want to utilize the pencil and the touch interface that the iPad offers. So just a week ago I did a graduation shoot, and I wanted to do some light editing using this iPad Pro, demonstrating how I use this device to get my edits started. And of course, if I want to do something that requires much more heavier edits, then of course I would be importing those into my M3 Pro MacBook Pro 16-inch. And hopefully this video may help somebody out there that is looking at this iPad Pro, in particular the 11-inch model, to do some light editing as a secondary device to their main machine, but not their primary device. So without further ado, let's dive right in. I'm going to be using this Satechi SD card reader to import the photos that I shot last week onto my iPad. I do have the Apple Pencil Pro here, which is very similar to the Apple Pencil 2nd generation in terms of weight and feel. The main feature of this pencil being the squeeze function, which once you squeeze the pencil, there's a haptic motor built at the top of the pencil, which lets you know that you have activated that action. I have over 130 photos here from our graduation shoot. I'm going to select one of them, which we will edit together. Okay, so let's start editing this photograph here. Turn on Do Not Disturb. Now I'll go into Edit, and then I'm going to apply my preset. So I have a bunch of presets here, custom presets that I have purchased online. One of my favorite presets is by Alir. For this one, I like 107. So you guys can see the difference. Once I press and hold, it's the original, edited, original, and edited. Click Done. I see a little spot here in the sky, so I'm going to get rid of that using the erase tool here. The size, that should be a good size. I'm just going to tap on that. There, it's gone. Okay, click Done. Okay, I think her face looks good. Because of this preset, I think it's given a nice warmth to her skin tone. I like the way the trees look, the color of the sky as opposed to how it looked before. If I wanted to go in and make more edits, then I'd go into the light section and reduce the contrast a bit. I like my images a little bit flat, so I'm just gonna put the contrast down to 0. Okay, highlights are fine, whites are fine, shadows are fine. Okay, and that was a quick edit of this photograph. Okay, let's change it up a bit. This is a landscape shot of a golf course that I took in San Francisco, a place called Land's End. So I'm going to apply my preset before I do anything else. For this particular shot, I think I'd like to go with something from this collection here. Go to Everyday Natural Presets. Now, because it is a sunset shot, I'm going to try one of these golden hour presets. Let's go with golden hour basic. So that right there already has improved the image from how it was previously. So here's the before and here's the after. You can see how it's recovered a lot of these details in the shadow areas where the tree stumps are. So as you can see again, before and then after. So that looks pretty good to me. So let me try some other golden hour presets, see how it changes. So that one adds a bit of a gradient the top and bottom, kind of like a slight vignetting effect, as if you can see from the basic to the linear option. And then let me try the linear light. It's a bit too light, I think, so I think the first one, which is the basic light, was good enough. Now I'm going to go into my light here and maybe raise the exposure just a tad bit. Okay, that looks good right there. Contrast, I like my photos to be a little bit flat, so I'm going to leave the contrast at 0. Shadows are fine for now, whites are fine, blacks are fine. Let me go to effects and see if I can increase the clarity just a little bit, maybe by 5, I would say. Let's see. Okay, like about 10, positive 10 on the clarity. I'm going to leave texture at 0 and dehaze at 0 and everything else at 0. Color's fine, so let me just go to my S-curve here. See if I can do that. Just a gentle S-curve right there. Okay, so that looks pretty good to me. So once again, this is the before, this is the after. This is another photograph that I took in San Francisco of the Golden Gate Bridge. As you can see, the original photograph is quite dark, especially here in these areas here. A lot of shadows that can be recovered. I was trying to capture this during sunset, so I kind of missed it. I wanted to give it a nice sunset glow, but because I got a little bit late due to traffic, I couldn't really capture the sun going down over the Golden Gate because I wanted to get that golden hue and the orange of the Golden Gate Bridge itself to shine. So I'm just going to start with my presets for this. First, I'm going to go into my first set of presets here, and then because I wanted to give it that sunset glow, I'm going to try something from the sunset section. So let's go ahead and try Sunset Basics with that. Right off the bat, that looks really amazing. It's brought out a lot of details from these shadow areas here, and I like how the sky looks, and of course you can see the color of the bridge now much more clearly. So let me see if there's another preset. Okay, so Sunset Linear Dark, Circle Dark. I like this more because it kind of shifts focus towards the horizon and the bridge itself. And as you can see, from the basic to the linear dark, it creates that little bit of a vignetting effect from the top to bottom. Now I see some smudges here on these eye section. I don't know if you can see on camera, but a little dark section there, and something over here, a little dark spot there, possibly a dirty lens. So I'm just going to confirm this preset, which is the Sunset Linear Dark, and then go into my remove tool, select the brush size, and get rid of these spots here. Okay, that looks good. And this one here. Okay. See anything else? Oh, there's one more right here. Okay. Do a little wipe down. A little microfiber cloth. Alright, now that looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to click done on that. Go into light, see what my settings are. It's perfect. The contrast is at 0, highlights are at -100, and the shadows are at +100. Let me go to effects to see. Let me raise the clarity just a tad bit to about, I'm going to go +10 again on this one. Okay. Everything else 0. Okay. That looks pretty good to me. So, once again, simple edit. This is the before, and this is the after. I mean, what a difference it makes. Just adding that preset, and then of course tweaking some of the settings within this section here, the edit section. As you guys can see, the M4 process is doing a great job. I can scroll through my collection of photos in my Lightroom library quite smoothly. You know, they load instantaneously as well. So, you know, really a great device for any photographer out there who just wants to do some light editing from within Lightroom or Photoshop as well. I try not to use Photoshop on this because there are a lot of features that are missing still from the iPad version of Photoshop. So I just, when I want to do something that's like a quick edit and then upload directly to Instagram or any kind of social media platform, then this is the program that I use, and an iPad is perfect for that. Especially when it comes to dialing in those settings, you know, using the pencil, you get that precise measurement. You know, the exposure, the contrast, the highlights, and all that other stuff that you want to dial in. I think as opposed to using your fingers, the pencil is where it really comes in handy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.